What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Pops Customs Garage. Today's episode, if you saw by the title, maybe the thumbnail, we got something pretty special for today's episode. But before we can go there, we have to fix a mistake that I made in my last video. In my last video, I mean the last 302 rebuild video. And that is, I will fully admit, I've never done a performance motor before like this and getting everything to clearance and all that. Not even performance, just like, I built the 428 in my F100 with my dad when I was a lot younger. I don't fully remember everything. And he did a lot of the precise stuff himself. I just kind of just watched, so I don't fully remember everything. As I was building this, I put the connecting rods in, or I put the connecting rods to the pistons, installed them in the motor. I actually installed the first 6 because my dad broke the piston rings on the last one, so I didn't really install those. But anyway, I installed these, posted the video, and a guy commented, I can't remember his username, but he commented and actually pointed something out that is very helpful. I fully admit I completely missed it, and that is there is a certain way that the connecting rods are supposed to go. At first, I did not see it, so because they look the same on the outside. Well, let me show you. If you take the cap off, one side is bigger than the other. You see this lip right here? Ignore my dirty fingernail. So you can actually see now. Maybe other people saw it and I didn't. I'm just a dummy here, which is a very big possibility. But right there is bigger than on that side. So what does that mean? That means this side, the bigger side, faces the counterweight. By counterweight, I mean the weight's on the crankshaft. So you could say, oh, why don't you just flip the piston upside down or whatever, just flop it. Well, I can't do that because the valve reliefs, the way they are, they have to be pointed a certain direction. So I had to take some of the pistons out that I messed up, redo them, flip the connecting rod, install them back in. So thankfully, I didn't get the motor completely rebuilt, then run it because I would have lost a ton of oil pressure and I would have damaged some things pretty bad. So thank you to the guy that commented for watching this. I really appreciate it. Thank you for educating me. Now I know what to do. So with that all being said, I've only taken 2 out, and this one right here on number 7 is good. I did not need to take that one out. That one I got lucky. It's good. Number 3, which is over here. Number 3, I'm gonna have to redo. This one never installed because my dad broke piston rings, whatever. But I'm gonna have to flip this upside down. Not flip it upside down, I'll flip it 180. This one over here. Number 4 is the other one I did not install. This one is good. So I'm gonna line them up out here so I know. All right, took number, what is this, 2 out. And we are good. So you see the little nick right there? It goes on the same side that little nick right there. I say little nick with a little tab that the bearing sits in. So this one, you can see, small bore, big bore with a lip, big bore with a lip. It's supposed to sit right there and go against the counterweight. So we are good here. And judging by this lip right here, it looks like it's the same size right there. So I think that one's good as well. Actually, I don't think. I know that one's good because it looks just like the small side right there. So this one is correct because the big side should be right here and face the counterweight. So number 2 and 6 are good. So got lucky on that one. Back in the shop today, forgot to film this, but did check this side and it is perfectly good. We're all good. I was only one that was installed that I got flip-flopped. Then one of the ones I did not install was I had to flip-flop too. But other than that, they're all good, which I'm super stoked about. So I'm going to show you some parts I got. Then while I let one part dry paint, I'm going to install the pistons. So let me show you what I got. Here's new piston rings. Got the front cover. Actually, the front cover's in here. Then I got a front cover gasket from LMR, little kit. Then I got a pickup tube that hopefully fits, unlike the one I bought from Summit that doesn't fit. Then oil pump gasket that actually goes on the block. Then the bottom of the oil pump, because my milling one did not come with that. It only came with the gasket that goes to the pickup tube. So then got a push rod, adjustable push rod so I can check the length. So got all this stuff. Got some more stuff that I'll show you all later in the video, but as of right now, that's what I got. So here's the front cover. I got this off LMR, like I said. It did come with this little plug that goes for this hole right here. So there's a location if you want to put a dipstick there, but I'm not going to put dipstick there. I'm going to run the dipstick on the side of the block. So I am going to plug that up after I paint it. I don't know if I have dowel pins for, oh yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, I have the dowel pins. All right, so we're all good. All right, time to put the piston in. This is for pistons. This is just some slick lubricant I use on the cylinder walls to make it all nice and lubricated, so it's not just super dry. They're all in now, and man, does that look good. Now I'm going to take all the individual connecting rod bolts out and put some Loctite on them, then put them back in, then torque them so we can be set and not have to worry about any of the bolts coming loose. So I got the head on, and the head looks absolutely freaking amazing. But the ARP bolts that AFR recommended on their website for this head and a small block Ford are way too big for the holes. So I got to return the ARP bolts back to Summit and get the ones that fit, which is going to be a little triggering. Not even close. So I'm over here mad at AFR for recommending the wrong bolts, but I'm the dummy that should have looked. The 351s have 1/2-inch bolts and 302 has 7/16. So my mistake, but no worries. I'll go back to Summit tomorrow morning, get the correct ones. So now just waiting for the timing cover to dry. That way we can put it on the front part and cover the timing chain. I'm gonna go get the lifters and let them soak in oil overnight, because I think you're supposed to do it for 24 hours, like 24 hours. So I'll show you all the lifters and I'll let them soak overnight. Got the lifters soaking in oil. My mom's nice little meal prep little containers. I'm sure she loves that I'm using these, but they work. Got them all sealed, so I'll let this sit overnight. Let them soak in oil, then we can put them in the motor tomorrow. All right, got the front cover painted. Got the front main sealant, just pressing in with our shot press. Then I bought a Maladin bolt kit for my motor, and gave me this little sheet of which ones go where. So it's 6 total. There's 2 2-inch bolts right there, another 2 2-inch bolts right there, then 2 1-inch bolts on top. So I'm gonna do the gasket plus RTV. I personally always like to run RTV on front covers, and I got this right here. It's the gasket maker oil resistant. So I'm gonna put a little bit along the lines right here, then put it on. Open the box end, 13 mil. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. There we go. Torqued. So without further ado, let's put the freaking heads on. But before I put the heads on, I gotta put the lifters on. I just remembered that because I tried doing that first and the heads hang over. So I'm gonna go get the lifters out, the little oilies. Next is to install all the dog bones. These are the dog bones. They basically just kind of keep your lifters in place, especially when you're rolling. Not even especially, but only when you're running really a roller block setup and roller lifters, because with flat tappet, they can move around, because it's a flat tappet, it's the bottom of the lifter is just flat. With a roller block, your little rollers on the bottom, hence why they're called roller blocks. And the way you can tell, one of the indicators that this is a roller block, there's little bolt holes right here for the little dog bones. And they kind of, the big piece, I forget what it's called, that holds the dog bones together. So they slide on like that. Like so. I got mine. Mine's a Ford Performance. I got it from LMR, like 80 bucks, I think. So, looking actually pretty cool. All right, got the retainer plate kind of mocked up. These two little bolts are 120 inch-pounds, which converted to foot-pounds, that's 120 divided by 12 is 10, so that'll be 10 foot-pounds. When doing this, you want to make sure that the dog bones are all evenly distributed between the two lifters, that the dog bone isn't leaning towards one lifter over the other. So you want to do that before. You want to do that right when you get these snug. Then before you torque it, make sure they're all evenly distributed. Then you can go ahead and torque the 10 foot-pounds or 120 inch-pounds. Holy crap. They look gnarly. Golly. Man, that looks cool. Dude. Oh, yeah, dude. That looks dope. The AFR heads did come with these little bushings / retainer clips for the head bolts. So I'm going to put them all in, then we can put the head bolts in. Here are the head bolts. Finally got the correct ones. They're 7/16. Here's part number. Shout out to Summit for taking all my money. But the lower head bolts go through the coolant passage. So I'm going to be using thread sealant just to be safe, and also so they don't leak. So I'm going to use this lubricant on the top ones right here that are right next to the valve springs. So yeah, let's get to it. So to torque these, AR piece is 70 foot-pounds, 3-stage, 50 foot-pounds for the first stage. Second stage is 60 foot-pounds, and start from the middle and work your way outside. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Man, she looks good. Dang, dude. With that being said, that's wrap up today's video. For the valve train, that'll be in the next video. I'm gonna do valve train measuring push rods and all that. I already got the rockers. I just gotta put them on, measure the push rod length, then order push rods, button all that up. Might do a water pump, I'm not too sure. I'm definitely gonna be throwing in the oil pan pretty soon. I gotta modify it a little bit, but I'm super stoked to get the AFR heads on. I'm super stoked to have AFR heads on one of my builds. My dad has AFR 185 Renegades on his 331 stroker, so I'm stoked to actually have AFRs. It's been kind of a dream of mine to have aluminum heads on a motor build that isn't one of my projects. So this may not seem like a lot to other people, but to me, I'm stoked. So thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll make sure to see you in the next video. Peace out.